Welcome to my Minifreak V initial impressions video. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shoutout goes to Shane Quinn. Thank you so very much for the support. Had to make sure my hands were actually on camera. Let's get started. Now, I made a video just a few days ago about how I have been obsessed with the Arturia Minifreak here. As you can see, it's got a permanent spot on my desk, plugged into USB, and into my Zoom Live Track L12, which means it is always set up and ready to go for me to make music on my computer or just record to the mixer or send that to somewhere else. I've just been in love with the Microfreak lately, which got me thinking about Arturia's latest hardware synth, the Minifreak. Now, like I said, the Minifreak is Arturia's latest hardware synthesizer, and that'll run you about $600 US. From what I've seen, it seems to be worth it. However, that's a little out of my price range right now. However, there is an alternative. See, Arturia has also released the Minifreak as a completely digital VST instrument, and it's a one-to-one recreation of the hardware synth. Now, full disclosure, Arturia did give me this copy of Minifreak V to play around with, but I reached out to them and asked for it. This is not a sponsored video, and I was the one who initiated contact about this piece of software. I am really interested in it. I haven't yet heard it. I basically just pulled it up here in standalone mode, and yes, it does run in standalone and as a VST plugin for your DAWs. And then I pressed a button on my controller just to make sure there was MIDI data all set up, and yeah, it works perfectly. So this is Minifreak V. Like I said, it is the software version of Arturia's Minifreak, their latest hardware synth. This retails for, I believe, $199 US. However, I've seen quite a few retailers selling it for $99. So if you see it at that price and you've been thinking about it, I think that's going to wind up looking like a pretty good deal. Today, I just wanted to run over like the base features and mostly here's some presets. So this is a preset called Too Dirty to Handle. Sounds like it's a bass. Yeah, cool. So, major differences between the Microfreak and the Minifreak. Well, first off, you can clearly see we've got two oscillators now instead of just one. So that's very, very cool right off the bat. And let's see here. I can change my oscillator types right here. So they still do have all of the oscillator types that you'll find on the Microfreak. And, oh, we've got some new types here on the second oscillator. Some ways to modulate oscillator 1, perhaps? Not going to get into that right now, though. Then we do have the filter. Now, of course, since we're on software, this is a digital filter, not an analog filter like on the Minifreak and the Microfreak for that matter. But we do have low pass, band pass, and high pass modes with the standard controls here. Now, here's another major addition. There's an effects section now, and this comes on the hardware synth. Like I said, this is a one-to-one mapping of the hardware into software here, so the hardware gets this too. But yes, there is an effects section with 3 different effect slots, and looks like we've got chorus, phaser, flanger, reverb, delay, distortion, bit crusher, 3-band EQ, peak EQ, and multi-comp. That, in my opinion, is one of the few weaknesses of the Microfreak, so it's really cool to see effects added in here. Let's see, we've got home, advanced. Here's all the extra stuff I was looking for. Okay, so here we can change, looks like our voicing for our patch, so we're in mono here. We've got unison, poly, and paraphonic. I believe we have true 6-note polyphony now. This is probably a terrible patch to do this with, but who cares? Let's go. Yeah, definitely sounds like a 6-note polyphony, so that's very nice. Much like the Microfreak, we still have an envelope as well as a cycling envelope, which can be switched between envelope mode, run mode, and loop mode, which basically allows us to use this as a second LFO. However, while we do still get the standard first LFO, Minifreak also has a second LFO, which is very cool and another feature that a lot of folks were asking for on the Microfreak. So good to see that there. Let's see, if we go down here, we've got representation for our pitch wheel and our mod wheel. However, we also have macros, which are basically custom groupings of parameters that you can assign to a slider here. And so, for instance, you could increase the filter cutoff, the release, the effect send to reverb, and the shape of your wave, all with one control at the same time, which is really cool. You can do a lot with that. I highly recommend checking out Jeremy from Red Means Recordings videos on the Minifreak. He made a whole bunch of presets for this thing, and pretty good explanation and demonstration of the macro section there. Here we go. Yeah, if I click on macro/matrix, you can see we've got our different macros. So yeah, effects, basically any parameter on the screen here we can send to a macro, which is really, really cool. Also, basically any parameter on the screen can be sent to the mod matrix. So just like on the Microfreak, we have this big mod matrix. And as you can see, we've already got some mappings here. So the cycling envelope is controlling the wave of LFO1, and that's set to 100% in the positive direction. These are bipolar. Yeah, so we can go to negative 100 too. Super cool. Whoa, okay. So, oh my goodness, these are all custom assignable here. There's all of our things that we can control, including the depths of all our modulations already set up on the patch, which is something you can do on the Microfreak too. If I go and click on sequencer, we can access the sequencer and arpeggiator page. I'm not really going to get too into that today, but I do know there's a custom LFO shaper that I'm really interested in checking out. In my Obsessed with the Microfreak video, I talked a lot about creating movement and how I'd been really into that lately, and the custom LFO shaper, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. Absolutely. And that's right here. Okay, fine, just a little. Just like that, right? I don't know how to actually change the shape to the shaper. There's so much here, I do know that. Wow. There's going to be a lot to play with in the future, but let's go ahead and play with some presets here. Actually, as we can see here on this 3 steps preset, we do have a custom LFO shape, so that's cool. Oh, here it is right here, too, under LFO1. Cool. Let's go ahead and click right here. Yeah, okay, so we do have, in standard Arturia software fashion, their kind of preset browsing menu here. Now, I do believe, because I am on an Arturia Keylab Essential 61 controller here, I can just browse presets like I would in Analog Lab. Yeah, that's amazing. Let's go to Big Lead. How about that? 90 Ravers. Cool. Air horn. All right. Let's go down to Huge Ghost. Oh, that one's polyphonic. Cool. I'm not a pianist, by the way. I'm just messing around here. Let's look at some more of these, though. So navigation is very, very easy. Let's go to drums and see what we can do here. Bossy Beat. That's a Jeremy Blake plugin. There we go. Wow. Okay, so that's just like a whole beat. Was that done? Okay, yeah, that was done using the sequencer. Okay. That is way over my head in terms of what's going on, but that's just like proof of what you can do with this thing. That's crazy. I'm just also realizing, because I'm on a Keylab Essential 61, I bet all of these controls are already mapped. Let's try them out. Yeah, that's filter. Resonance. envelope amount. Cycling envelope, the rise, fall, the hold, effects 1 amount, very cool, 2, and 3. That's so cool. And I bet the sliders work too. Oh yeah, macro 1. What is on macro 1 here? We've got oscillator 2 wave, oscillator 2 timbre, and then nothing on the other two. Cool. That's crazy. So obviously the Microfreak was already incredibly deep, and this has just taken it and pushed it beyond all reason. I mean, there is so much here. Let's try Crusty Pluck. That's nice. Yeah, cool. I also think this is a great synth if you're already familiar with the Microfreak, which I am, and that's a major reason I wanted to check Minifreak V out. There are a lot of software synthesizers out there that really intimidate me. However, because I am familiar with the Microfreak, diving right into this here has been pretty easy, I'd say. Yeah, beautiful. The addition of effects really hits this out of the park for me. That's so cool. I definitely want to try to get my hands on the hardware version in the future for sure. So I think that's going to do it for my little initial impressions video here. I have to say, I am really blown away by just how deep all of this is and how deep everything can go. I'm really excited to do one of my favorite Microfreak activities, which is to go into some of these presets and let's pick a random one here and try to reverse engineer what's going on. Like even something like this little simple organ patch here has a lot for someone like me who's still learning all this stuff to unpack. You go into anything here, and there's just endless learning, and I can't wait to familiarize myself more with how this works. I'm hoping it'll actually help me learn the Microfreak better, and like I said, eventually in the future I would like to get my hands on the hardware version of the Minifreak as well, because this is pretty darn impressive. So, big thank you to Arturia for sending me a copy of Minifreak V to work with for you all. I think our next video is going to be either working with the LFO shaper or maybe trying to design a sound from scratch. Either way, I hope you're looking forward to that video, and I do hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.